Hi everyone. I am being called to do another Soul Connections and Separation video. I feel like I just did that one a few days ago, but I guess it was a while back. We are now approaching a new moon. I did the last video on the full moon, and we have the new moon in, I believe it's in Taurus, tomorrow, May 4th. And from what I'm reading about it, it's supposed to have a lot of energy manifesting. It's about pleasures in the physical, tangible world. So it sounds very sensual. It sounds good for finances because Taurus is an earth sign, which is associated with pentacles. So I think this will be an interesting reading to see what is going on with the masculine, the feminine, and the connection between the two. I'm going to do it very similar to the last time. I got some great feedback on it, and I really enjoyed doing it. So I'm going to start with the masculine's energy, just kind of see what's going on with the divine masculine. Try to look at some of the shadows that he may be facing that might need to be healed, and some messages he has for his feminine and vice versa. And then I will also take a look at their connection, potential union energies, and see where that stands. So we're going to start with, again, and this is a general reading, so take what resonates, toss the rest. There's a lot of people at different phases on this journey. You might be identified as a twin flame. It might be a soulmate. It might be a karmic situation, or just somebody that you have a deep attraction to, somebody new. So let's look at the divine masculine. What is going on with the masculine energy? And again, we all have masculine, feminine energy in both of us, both genders, both counterparts. But I just used the generic he, she in that regard. So take it, again, what resonates. All right, what's going on with the divine masculine? What's this new moon energy doing for the divine masculines? Divine masculine. Okay. Oh, I like it. Wow, you guys. Let's hope this continues with the masculine. Okay. Wow. Okay. Okay, so the reason, I know you guys are probably like, what in the world? Okay, so the reason you'll see in a minute. The first card that came out for the divine masculine, Empress, which is the divine feminine in this deck. I mean, clearly the divine feminine is on his mind, right? He wants to come towards her. I'm sensing that, the current energy, the card that in the spread that I do that represents the current energy is the Six of Cups, which is memories and reunion, right? So the divine feminine's on his brain. He's thinking about memories and reunion. I think in the past, obviously he wasn't ready. Either party was ready or it would have happened, right? But he's starting to have these, I think, epiphanies, realizations, within the past couple of weeks as to what this bond and what this connection is, and that he's missing her. You have the Four of Wands, which is the foundation and commitment. And for those of you on the twin flame journey, the Four of Wands is always known as the 1111. It doesn't have it on this image, but it is the traditional stability twin flame you know, commitment card. So right off the bat, you've got that. Now, what's sort of blocking him right now as far as coming forward to his divine feminine, you've got the Hierophant, which is the spiritual advisement. So there's a couple of different, I mean, I guess it's intertwined, but I take this as either he's still not awakened, okay, he's not fully awakened yet, or he is, and he's just trusting his intuition that it's just not quite time yet, right? It's not quite time because both parties, now this is the masculine energy, but I believe both counterparts are mirroring each other and going through the same things. But there's still cycles to be closed out, right? We've got all this retrograde coming in. Saturn and Pluto have been the big ones for me, myself, that I've noticed. Oh my gosh, all this stuff's coming back. I thought I was done with this. I thought I was over it. I thought I learned my lesson, and it's kind of like, oh, what are you going to do? It's coming back. So again, I don't know if I'm mirroring my counterpart who's doing these things and trying to close out cycles, or if I'm the one that's perpetuating it. But yeah, I mean, this is, and it's very close to being done. I mean, I look at this image. I mean, you just puff, like blow on this little, I don't know if this is a dandelion sprout or what it was. I can't remember what these things are called, but anyway, this was just going to blow away, right? This is not a entrenched deep thing that is going to be hard to rip out and close out. It's almost done. It's almost completed. So, and he knows that, or his higher self knows that, and that's why he's not quite coming forward to his divine feminine yet, but he wants this reunion. He wants it. I mean, this is the current energy of Six of Cups. He's tired of feeling isolated and alone. He's tired of feeling left out in the cold. He misses her. I'm getting this just strong energy of I miss you. I miss you. I'm thinking you're on my mind. And he's wanting to have Six of Swords, which is tranquility ahead. That's calmer waters after whatever this energy was between the counterparts, you know, the separation, again, because this is a soul connections and separation reading. You want to get past that, get to the beautiful calmness, right? But it's still taking a little bit of soul searching on his part. The Hermit, he's kind of frozen, right? You got the Hierophant in here, blocking him from coming forward, which is sort of the spiritual advisement. You've got the Nine, which is the solitude, the soul searching. He's still kind of trying to figure out how to close out these cycles, figuring out the best way to come forward, because when he comes forward, it looks like a lot of sixes. We've got 3 6s in this reading, which is associated with the Lovers, which is a major arcana, and it's definitely a number associated with love. But when he comes forward, he knows that he's going to have a solid offer, right? He's going to have to be in a position to give the divine feminine his time, his love, and a serious, tangible offer to give her the world, right? He's got to be in this position to do this, and he's not quite there yet, because I think he knows, actually, I was sensing something else when I pulled this card initially, but now it's coming through. The outcome is, if he doesn't come forward, he knows that this divine feminine has had enough of the back and forth. Excuse my, and I know this is not going to sound like I'm coming from unconditional love, but this is, those have been on this journey. This is the Queen of Swords. I mean, I think he's sensing that the feminines, a lot of them, are in this Queen of Swords energy right now. It's like, I'm done with the bullshit. You know, don't come back into my life unless and until you have something solid to offer me. I think he knows. I think he's sensed a shift in the energy, that she's not chasing him anymore. She's doing her own thing, and she's been more than willing and prepared and ready to move on to someone else. You know, if God's going to send her someone else, she's kind of detached to the point where it's like, I know I have a divine masculine, maybe it's not you. So if you come forward to me again, you better be serious, because we're not playing games. I want a king. I really think he's sensing that. He's just, I think, starting to wake up to that. All right. And on the bottom of the deck, we've got 3 of Wands, which is awaiting results in this deck. So I think he's things are in motion for cycles are almost done. He's just awaiting these results, going within, trying to determine the right time and the right way to come forward. And actually, the Three of Wands is a beautiful energy with the new moon as well, because it's sort of about seeds being planted, manifesting, things are transpiring. So that's beautiful. All right. I don't think we need to clarify anything there. So I'm going to go with what shadows the masculines might be facing. What shadows are the masculines facing right now? Oh, oh, it's making me sad. It's definitely one that I've seen in my journey. I think that's probably the predominant one that's coming out. Yeah, so the masculines feel unlovable. They feel unlovable. They feel isolated and alone, right? They feel like they're not worthy of this love. They still are struggling with that, still trying to heal that. I just, right when I looked up, it was 11:11 on the timestamp on the clock. That's pretty amazing. So they don't feel like they're worthy of this, right? And so there's still some emptiness in there, some things that this hollowness where they're afraid to let this beautiful light in of the divine feminine because they don't feel like they're worthy of it. All right, so I'm gonna take this out because I'm gonna run out of time here. And for those of you wondering, I did get my new computer working on the Wi-Fi, but the camera is very blurry and it's got a motion delay, so when I talk I can't really see myself real time, so that doesn't really help us. So one of these days, guys, we will not have a time crunch on these videos. Let's see what message or messages the Divine Masculine has for the Divine Feminine. This is the Twin Flame Messages by Mystic Moon. The prior one was the Twin Flame Shadows by Mystic Moon. And I was using her Twin Flame Journey Tarot as well. What message does the Divine Masculine have for the Feminine right now? What message? Come on, masculines. I know you're shy, but what message do we have? Okay, so there's quite a few that came out. I think there's some different. I just have to do something else right now. Please try and understand. So I think that's tied back to them needing to close out those cycles, right? Those cycles, the karmic things that they're trying to do, they know deep down it's not time yet. They're still trying to, because they still have to close this stuff out. Lying was just easier for me than telling you the truth. If that resonates with anybody there, but you might have a masculine who lied about something because of their own insecurities or fears, but they wish they could take back the things they said. I wish I could take back the things I said. All right. Those over there. All right, let's tap into the feminine's energy. Feminines, we're going to use the Mermaid Tarot. Okay, that one wanted to come out, so that's what we're doing. Oh my goodness, you guys. You cannot make this shit up. You cannot make this shit up. All right, and that was before I turned the deck over too. All right, so the feminines right now are embodying High Priestess energy. They are just very much guiding their masculine, right? They're this beacon of light. They're working on their spiritual journey. But I feel like, too, they're sort of being secretive. They're sort of withholding, hiding their emotions because the Queen of Cups is the blocking energy. I mean, I can speak for myself, you know, just the shift in energy where it's almost like the Queen of Swords energy that I alluded to earlier, where it was just like, for me, and I think a lot of divine feminines, from what I've seen just on this journey, they would just give and give and give of themselves, open their self up emotionally. Um, no matter whether their divine masculine reciprocated or not, they would tell them how they felt. They would give them their time. They would just put forth effort. I mean, and not to the sense, I mean, sort of chasing. I mean, chasing, yes, but just being open and receptive and loving and energetically and physically if you see them, if you happen to see them in casual situations, if you're not actually dating them. Um, I know with mine, my prior, when I was on the prior twin flame journey, I would see him, you know, at his place of work, in retail. So it's like, you know, you're going in there constantly. Oh, it's so good to see you, and oh, I missed you, and all this stuff, and then you get to this point where you've just had enough, and it's not that you're upset, but you've sort of just pulled back with that loving energy, right? I mean, I feel like some of the feminines have. They've just had enough, and they're starting to detach and focus on themselves. They're tired of feeling left out in the cold, right? Five of Pentacles. They're tired of it. And the masculine is sensing that. That's why that was his action forward. He's mirroring it because he's feeling it too and knows she's feeling that way. The feminines have been working on healing, Four of Swords. They've been doing it for quite some time. That's why they're like in a block of ice. They feel like just they're, you know, how long are we going to be doing this? You know, the feminines are wanting this passionate new beginning. They're wanting a fresh start. They're wanting this masculine to come back. That's what they want. But right now, I think part of the things that the feminine needs to work on is thawing out her heart. I mean, you can see this high priestess. I mean, her expression, and the heart, it's like whatever it is, I don't even know what she's holding here. It's almost like she's doing some sort of spell with the shells and everything, but it's like it's the heart chakra energy right there. And she just has this very stoic kind of guarded, it's not a loving energy coming from this card, right? So I think some of the feminines are in this energy where they've been so hurt and they're just so frustrated with the lack of progress, perceived lack of progress, and are maybe blaming the masculine, and they've closed their heart off. They've closed off this Queen of Cups energy. And to get that passionate new beginning, you've got to thaw out, right? You got to take that fire and you got to thaw out that ice in your heart, and you've got to open it up again, no matter how scary it is, no matter how many times you've done it. But this is the thing. You'll know to do it differently now, right? You're going to be more grounded, Queen of Pentacles. That's going to be the action forward. You're going to be stepping into your divine feminine power. You're not going to be in this chaser energy where you're needing something and trying so hard and desperation, right? There's a difference in that energy versus I'm in my power, in all ways. I'm physically abundant. I'm stepping into mission. I'm doing my own thing and pursuing my own thing, but I'm going to do it with an open heart, right? I'm not going to be like, I mean, even this Queen of Cups, she's got her, I feel like she's cold and she's closing off her heart. This queen is what you want to be. You want to be connected to the divine. You want to be open, and just, she looks warm. She's smiling. This is the energy you need to step into. And in addition, this is where I said you can't make this shit up, you guys. Wasn't I just talking about the masculine, what was going on with the retrogrades, with closing out cycles and whatnot, and how the counterparts are mirroring each other? You've got justice in the world, right? So it's about balancing the scales of justice, karmic justice. That's what the big thing is coming forth right now with the retrogrades. It's time to close the cycles out. Feminines, you have it too, right? You know, probably have people coming back from your past, or you might be holding on to that, thinking, well, if my masculine doesn't come forward, I always could go back to so-and-so, or I could do this. And, you know, that's fear energy, that's doubt energy, and that's not going to propel you forward. And again, let me see where it went here, guys. We got, came out here. I don't know where it went, but we got the Three of Wands came out for the masculine as well, and we've got it here. And so it's like once you close out that karma, you're awaiting the results to do that, right? Just like he was. Guess what happens? Six of Cups, reunion. You cannot make this shit up, guys. Seriously. So the masculine and feminines, you guys both got Five of Pentacles, Six of Cups, Three of Wands, and the World. So there's a lot of mirrored energy going on right now, which tells me whoever this is resonating with, you're tracking on the same path. No matter how far apart things seem in the 3D, you and your counterpart are going through a lot of the same stuff. All right, so we're getting low on time here. I'm going to go ahead and, I need to do a shadows for the feminine. Twin flame shadows, feminines. What shadows do the feminines need to work on? Actually, we should put these back in here, the same ones, because you guys might get the same ones. I don't know. Feminines, shadows. Oh my God. Okay. I'm telling you guys, I swear, you just saw me shuffle. You saw me. Was I not just saying that the feminines, that this is cold energy, your heart's blocked off, right? Your heart's closed off because you've been hurt. You're tired of the games. You're tired of the back and forth, hot and cold with them. And you've just got to this point where you've taken detachment so far that you've closed your heart off. The shadow is cold. I mean, again, you cannot make it up. So you got to open your heart. You got to open your heart. No matter what he's done. Again, I'm not condoning narcissistic, abusive situations in the name of somebody being your twin flame. None of that. This is for someone who's on a true spiritual journey with someone else. And I'm not saying that someone else is. I just think some people get caught up in that. And I did a twin soul perspectives video separately a couple, 2 or 3 weeks ago. I just think I have a concern with people putting up with things they shouldn't because they think that person's their twin flame. So that's a whole separate topic, but so I'm not saying open your heart up to somebody that has been, emotionally, physically, any type of abusive to you. This is somebody who's on this journey, and trust me, you'll know you're on this journey if you try to veer off of it. You try to date someone else, you try to do whatever, and the universe is like, hell no, you're not doing this. Nope. We're going to show you you're not doing this. Every time you try, it's like, you just know, right? You cannot get away from it. So that's how you know. All right, we're going to look, let's do a message from the feminine to the masculine quickly. We'll see what it is. I don't know if there's any negative cards in here. She's cold, but no. What's the divine feminine want to say to the masculine? What message does she have for the masculine? Oh my gosh. Yeah. Past lives. Release your past life karma. You are an old soul with deep wisdom. Healing your past lives will raise your vibration. So, and she's kind of looking forlorn a little bit. So I think she's telling the masculine, hey, yeah, close these cycles. Let's get on with this. I'm ready to move forward. You need to work through this. Some of this is past life karma. You might feel like you have a deep bond with this karmic partner or this person that is in your life, but it's a past life connection that's not meant to be in this life. So that's what she's trying to tell the masculine, which makes perfect sense. All right. We are running short on time, guys. I'm going to try to get the union energy out. If it cuts off, I will just post a second video, because I just want to make sure we get all the messages out. Okay, so connection energy between the counterparts this week. I mean, we already saw the masculines thinking about her a lot, a lot, a lot, a lot, and wants reunion. And she does, she wants it, but she needs to open her heart back up. All right, connection energy. Oh, that flew out. These flew out, so let's see what these are. All right, you know what? We're not even doing a full spread. I don't need it. Those 3 flew out. You guys, 3 major arcanas just came out. The Hierophant, which was in the masculine's energy, which is, you know, this is a spiritual union. It's a spiritual partnership. The divine is guiding it. The masculine is right now trusting his intuition and closing out these cycles. Yeah. Both parties are really. But this is more I see as a masculine. The masculine's starting to awaken. The masculine's starting to realize that this is the path he needs to take forward. Both partners, both counterparts are working on closing out this past life karma. You can see there is a feminine and masculine that are separate. They are separate in these cages. And there's a broken heart between them because of their ego, because of the things, the shadows they haven't healed. That's what's keeping them apart right now. But guess what? The Magician's here. And it's a new moon, you guys. I mean, you saw those cards fly out. I don't even know what to say. It's time to manifest. It's time to clear out past life karma. It's time to go within, connect to the divine. Open up your heart. Realize a lot of this stuff, if you're wanting to go down a certain path with someone else from your past or this or that, it's because it's safe or because it's fun. You just want to take a break from this journey. That's the devil, that's ego, and all it's doing is keeping you and your counterpart apart right now. That's all it's doing. Do you want to stay stuck in this? Or do you want to manifest reunion? I think this was pretty powerful, and no wonder I was called to do this. Wow, you guys. Wow, wow, wow. I don't know if there's really much else to say other than just remember the mirrored energy that was coming through. So a lot of the things you're going through, feminines, the masculines are, and vice versa. So that's an even bigger reason to send them love, because you know, as a feminine, the energy's pretty heavy right now. It's been hard with the retrogrades. Towers are coming down. Things are happening. Your counterpart's going through the same thing. And know that you're one. You're one in 2 different bodies. So especially if you're a twin flame, but you can share energy with the soul connection as well. So just when you think about it that way from the higher perspective of your soul experiencing these things and knowing that they're sharing it with you, that'll help you open up your heart. So I hope this was helpful. Thanks so much, everybody.